We finally reached regional play, Seminole baseball fans. Welcome inside here at Hauser Stadium. I'm Scott Kotick for Seminoles.com. As it always seems to be every single year, the Noles are hosting regionals and earned another national seed, the number 3 overall national seed. But the other side of the story is the 3 teams coming into Tallahassee are very, very good. Probably 3 of the hottest teams in the nation, to be honest with you. Mississippi State, the champions out of the SEC, UAB, the champions out of Conference USA, and Samford, the champions out of the Southern Conference. At this time of the year, it's very easy to talk about all the storylines. Mississippi ace Chris Stratton. Samford's got the nation's leader in home runs. Their lineup is hitting over 310, 315, pretty much 1 through 9. But at this point in the season, it's about what you do. So the things we're going to focus on in this week's edition of K-Time are the 3 things the Seminoles need to do. Ultimately, it's not about the opponent. It's about them and playing awesome fundamental baseball. Your first storyline is just forgetting about last week. Obviously, 3 straight losses up in Greensboro at the ACC tournament is not what really anybody had hoped for or thought was going to happen. You go back losing a series at Clemson, losing one to NC State, Maryland, Stetson, so on and so forth. You got to forget about that. Right now, every single team has got a clean slate. Everybody's 0-0. Everybody has got to play good baseball in the postseason. So if you're the Seminoles, forget about last week. The regular season's been outstanding. Remember, they earned the number 3 overall national seed. They only lost 1 series during the regular season all season. So it's not like this team is chopped liver. The Seminoles just need to get back to doing what they do best, and that starts with your second storyline, and that's timely hitting. The Noles have got to get it this weekend. I think you look throughout the lineup, when you've got guys on base, you got to make it come through. Guys like Stephen McGee, Justin Gonzalez, Jose Brizuela, Josh Delp, on throughout the bottom of the order. What that means, the Seminoles can get timely hitting. You know those first 4 guys are going to get on base. The Seminoles are going to score runs. It's that patient approach that I think it honestly has been epitomized by guys like Stephen McGee, Sherman Johnson, James Ramsey, so on and so forth. We could talk for hours about those guys. Being patient at the plate, drawing walks, maybe even getting hit by pitch. The Noles do that this weekend. They're going to be successful. Again, it's about what they do, not what really any other team does. Your third and final storyline is about playing fundamental baseball, especially defensively. In this kind of postseason atmosphere, when you've got 3 solid teams like Mississippi State, Samford, and UAB coming in, if you give those teams an inch, they're going to take a mile. So if you're the Seminoles, you got to play fundamental baseball. Don't walk a lot of guys. Don't give up those costly errors we've seen so many times. Look at the 9th inning against Clemson. 1 error ended up costing Florida State the game. I think you look at that, that's a big thing in the postseason. If the Noles can just play error-free baseball, which is not a tall order. Remember, the team behind me practicing right now, one of the best fielding teams in the country. They play errorless baseball, they don't walk a lot of guys, and again, focus on what they can control. We're going to get out of the regional. I think that's the one thing Seminole fans need to be understanding of, is the fact that it's not about how good Mississippi State's playing. It's not about the fact that they've won the SEC tournament. It's not about Samford being one of the nation's best hitting teams. It's not about UAB being a very hot baseball team right now. While that's all well and good, and yes, it is important, we're going to have to look out for those things, it's about what the team behind me can control. Remember, challenges don't really show you how good another team is. It just shows you what's inside you. And I think what we know about the Seminoles, they're an outstanding ball club. They got great leadership out of guys like James Ramsey, Justin Gonzalez, Jace Boyd, Hunter Scantling, so on and so forth, and they're led by one of the best head coaches in the nation. Of course, make sure you stay with us here at Seminoles.com all weekend. We'll have the best coverage around. Of course, all the post-game press conferences you can watch live on Seminoles.com. We'll have plenty of post-game reports, highlights straight from ESPN. You're not going to want to miss a second of the action. Obviously, one of the best times of the year, regional baseball. The stands here at Hauser Stadium are going to be packed come Friday at noon. So on Thursday afternoon, I'm Scott Kotick for Seminoles.com. We'll see you around the ballpark this weekend.